Hello and welcome. This is Doug from Your Spiritual Path. And in the spirit of trying something new and providing some momentum in my own life, I am exploring this new format, and I very much welcome your input and feedback in the comments. So, today's theme, and as a Gen X seeker, I need all the help I can get. And what is today's theme? Momentum. Our card of the day is the Eight of Wands from the Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan and illustrated by Mark Evans. Mark Evans is awesome. He's done a lot of creative work and illustrations for Star Wars, Star Trek, Magic the Gathering, Game of Thrones, World of Warcraft, Marvel Comics, Lord of the Rings. He's done a lot of fantasy work, which plays very well into collaborating with Ellen Dugan, who is a 35-year psychic clairvoyant and a practicing witch. And with over 300,000 books sold, Ellen knows what she's talking about. So there's a lot of power and creative energy behind this deck. So while I'm not a witch, and there's no one serving me moon cookies at coven gatherings, I've always found the artwork in this deck to be extremely detailed and atmospheric, retaining many of the core archetypes and symbols from the original Waite Rider deck. So if a tarot is going to cosplay, this is the way to do it. Now, in most decks you see the Eight of Staffs or Wands. They're aligned and flying like arrows towards their destination. The tarot always tells a story, and while the major arcana represents the ultimate hero's journey, which is going from the Fool, you know nothing, to the World, completion, and then everything in between, each of the minor arcana tells its own story within the suits that it represents. So, when we look at the Eight today, with the swords, the Eight of Swords, we can see a woman. She's bound and blindfolded and surrounded by a bunch of sharp cutlery. She could escape, but she isn't quite ready yet, until the Eight of Cups appears, where she has now freed herself, and she turns her back on the old ways of doing things. She is rejecting things that no longer serve, so she can start off on a new path once she has found herself unbound. When she gets herself sorted, she starts to get to work. Now she's uncluttered. She can actually start doing the work to start structuring her creativity and manifestation in a way that is going to serve her higher purpose, and serve others. Once that has gotten sorted out, we turn to the Eight of Wands, which is the ability to be able to let this energy be released out in the world. So the universe has now turbocharged this entire endeavor and provided the necessary spiritual alignment and balance to make it work. So the destination and result of where these wands fly is up to you, but as the wands represent the element of fire, the result's going to have a big impact and a decent-sized cosmic ripple, and we want to make sure that that ripple is going to come back to you in a positive way. The card is sacred, as it's the result of releasing yourself from the self-imposed predicament represented in the Eight of Swords, starting down this fresh path and leaving the past behind with the Eight of Cups, then doing the work to recharge, create, and evolve with the Eight of Pentacles, and then letting that new, clean energy loose in the cosmos, finally, with the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is simple in its presentation, but across most decks, we're going to see fresh blossoms and a sense of swift purpose in the scene. Always a good thing. So if you're seeing this as a moment of personal synchronicity, it means that things are starting to heat up, and whatever you're working on or just completing is about ready to be unleashed in a torrent of fire and arrows that's going to conquer. I got ahead of myself. The bottom line, it's a positive card. That means you're highly supported in your efforts, and the cosmos is winking at you to prepare for a heavy-duty acceleration of the cool stuff that you're working on. As always, we give gratitude for this infinite support. This is Doug signing off, and I wish you blessings, peace, and namaste.